So I'm going to dial the mid down to 5, EQX on, EQX out. EQX out, it's got a lot of low end going on. EQX on. Allows you to scoop out a lot more. Allows you to take out a lot more mid-range. That's mid-range out now. EQX back in. Back off. EQX off now. Hear how muddier it got? Thicker, muddier almost. So with the EQX on, it allows you to scoop more mids, more lower mids. With the EQX involved there. Let's take the EQX out. Let's take the presence, middle, and treble on 10, and now let's bring the bass down to 5. EQX out. EQX in. But because the middle knob is now on 10, the EQX, when it's in the on position, actually fills in that lower mid. See, when you're dialing the mid knob back, you're scooping lower mids. Now if you dime the mid knob when the EQX is on, you're actually adding those lower mids back in. So now you're taking what's below the lower mids out with the bass knob. So you got low mids, but your subharmonic not so much there. I'm going to bring the bass all the way out. You can make it really thin by taking the EQX out. It sounds like an AM radio. No beef to it at all. So EQX is kind of dealing with the lower mid-range when it's on, letting the mid-range knob scoop more lower mids out. Okay? So now if you take the mid out too, dial the mid back to 5. Well, you're getting this high end. Okay, so that's what that's doing. EQX is dealing with lower mids on the mid control. So it's scooping, letting you dial out more lower mids or add more lower mids in. Okay, so let's go back to 10 on the bass, 10 on the mid, 10 on the treble, and the presence. Let's see if the EQX does anything with the treble. Does a little bit, because remember it was doing, with everything dimed, it was doing something anyway, but doesn't seem like the treble knob effects changes it. Okay, so the EQX on the high gain channel messes with the lower mids. If you have it on and you dial the mid knob back, you could scoop the lower mids, make it more articulate, more upper mid-rangey, mud cutting. Okay, if you have it off, you might find that the mids are a little heavy, and you might want to dial your mid-range knob back. I mean, that's pretty much it for the high gain shot. If you want to really mess around with power switch, I'll put this in standby real quick. I'll knock it down to 50%. Let's see what happens. Okay, here we are at 50%. Okay, here we go. So you get a little more distortion there, even on the middle voicing setting. Still the same gain setup. I got drive on 7, I got channel volume on 2, just under 2, master on 10. By cutting the power switch to 50%, you're going to get a little more distortion because you're introducing distortion now at the phase inverter as well as the preamp section. Okay, so a little bit of high gain here at your preamp, and you're also getting the power amp section distortion. Okay, down to 27 watts or something like that, 25% setting. Okay, back up on the master. Not bad. Didn't change the tonality too much. It did, however, warm up the tone a little bit. Again, what distortion and compression does, warmed it up a little bit. Okay, so that's that there. Also, let me also show you settings here. That's my EQ settings right there. Okay. Now I'll go back to the 50 watt setting, full on. Okay. Bring the master volume back up. See how we got more dynamics? I got more dynamics. I got a little more upper mid range back. Okay. Now I can also play with the master volume. Bring it all the way down to like 2. Whole lot of sustain there, but it's still in the dynamics out of the whole. You got sustain because the signal's compressed so much. It's like this, squished. So not bad if you're gonna practice in your bedroom, whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't dial in a tone like that with your master all the way down. Because when you turned up, if you played live and you turned up, you got a good tone setting at your master on 2, and you got to the gig and you turned your master up because now you're gonna play loud and you're gonna put it on 7 or 10. Your tone's gonna be horrible probably because it's gonna totally mess with your what you thought was a good sound at that low setting. Okay, so like I've said on the clean channel when I was reviewing the clean channel, keep your master on 10, get your tone setting, and then you can squash it for practicing and stuff like that. You can either knock the power switch down or you can also bring your master down. Okay, I mean that's pretty much it on the high gain channel. Okay.